Welcome back, everybody. This is your final week in our Vinyasa Flow series. I'm Professor Kiki Magnuson. Hopefully you've been enjoying these flows so far before we move on to our next style. So for today, remember, it'd be great to have a water bottle, maybe a block, or using something if needed, as well as towel, and obviously a mat, and be in a yoga attire. So today we're just going to flow into what we've been doing over the course of the last 3 weeks. Things should look slightly familiar for you. I might have a little variation to some of the stretches towards the end. And at any time, if you need to rest, remember you can pause the video, you can rest into child's pose. This is your practice to do the best at your ability, listen to your body, but then also take it to the level of you like. Okay, so that being said, today's practice, my goal is to just have us continue to flow, little breaks here and there, but pretty much the whole preface is moving with your body, with your breath, with Vinyasa. So we're gonna start in a seated position, so come on down if you haven't already. And we're gonna be here for a little bit because we're gonna focus on breathing first. So setting yourself for your intention. So in that crisscross position, so you either can be here, resting your hands down, shoulder blades back and down. If you want to, you can stack the leg on top of the other one like so, kind of. Now the feet are facing more up and still in that tall position. So go ahead and find that comfortable seated crisscross position. Make your way there. And then go ahead, close your eyes, and let's begin thinking about that Ujjayi breath through the nose and out the nose first. So nice big inhale and exhale out, creating that fog-like sensation through the nose. So you should be hearing your breath. It should be nice and loud. Again, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose again. I'm also thinking about contracting my belly, my abdomen all through here. As I expand, I squeeze and I extract it out. And that's what causes that, allow me to do the fogging of the mirror sensation. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Nice breath in and breathe out. As you continue to take the breaths in and out through the nose, keep doing it. As I speak, I want you to just set the intention for your practice today. Kind of center the mind. Allow you to focus on being intentional with each inhale, as well as each exhale out. Because through our entire day, we breathe automatically. We don't even think twice about breathing. So during our yoga practice, we like to give gratitude and be able to be present with each breath. Really take that breath in, enjoy that breath, and as well as letting it all go, releasing all that tension, anxiety, stress that you may have. A couple more breaths here, in through the nose, out through the nose, creating that foggy-like sensation. It should be loud breathing. Good. Go ahead and just come back to just regular breathing now, in through the nose and out, or out the mouth, whatever you'd like. Go ahead and just open up the eyes. We're gonna go ahead and just, if you are in more of that upright with the crisscross position, just go ahead and tuck the feet. We're gonna do some upward twisting. So here we're gonna take our right hand, we're gonna place it behind our back. And then we're gonna sit nice and tall, and we're just gonna let the head go down the left side. So just feeling that stretch through the neck. And then sitting nice and tall, just placing more on the back and just standing up nice and tall, feeling that stretch as you breathe. And then if you can, I'm gonna see if I can sit on my hand, palms facing up, backs of my hand is facing down. And now you're going to pull that head over to the other side. That way you can feel that stretch through the neck as we're breathing here. Okay, and release that. We're going to go ahead and take it to the other side. This is where you're placing the hand behind you on your glute, so sitting on your hand. And then you're going to tilt that head to the opposite side, feeling that stretch through the neck. Adjust if you need to. And again, allowing your ear to kind of fold onto the opposite shoulder, lengthening the side of the neck. Okay, and go ahead and release. So now we're going to be doing a seated cat-cow. So essentially, as we exhale, we're going to tuck the chin around the spine. As we inhale, we're extending that back and looking up. So you place your hands on the knees to use as an anchor. And as we exhale, tucking the chin, rounding the spine. As we inhale, we're extending and looking up towards the sky. So go ahead and begin. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend and look up. Nice and long. Again, as you exhale, we're tucking the chin, we're rounding the spine. And as we inhale through the nose, gazing high, extending that back. So doing this at your own pace. Remember, we're moving with our breath here. So as you inhale, you're extending the back, lifting the chest. And as you exhale, you're rounding, tucking the chin into chest. You're more than happy to stay with my pace, but feel free to move at the pace that feels good for you. You may even want to pause in one area, depending on how the body's feeling. Continuing that motion as we inhale, extending up, looking high. As we exhale, we're tucking the chin and rounding the spine. And slowly keep moving. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tucking the chin and round. And slowly bring yourself to neutral. Okay, now we're going to add a spinal twist, taking that right arm, placing it behind us. The left arm is going to reach across over that right knee. Take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, we're just slowly, gently twisting the spine, looking over that right shoulder. With each exhale, the goal is just to allow your spine to deepen in that stretch. If you can't look over the shoulder, that's totally fine. The goal is to just gaze behind you as best as possible. Keep breathing. Nice deep breaths. As we're here in this seated twist, gazing behind that right shoulder as best as possible. Okay, and slowly release that. We'll take it to the other side. So now we're placing that left arm behind us, taking that right arm over the left knee. On a breath in, and as we exhale, lightly twisting towards the opposite direction now. Looking over that left shoulder as best as you can. We're thinking about exhale, twist. Exhale, twist. Continuing to take those deep breaths. And slowly come out of that. Good job, everybody. All right, we're gonna come on to a tabletop position. So make your way on your hands and your knees, making sure your shoulders and wrists are stacked in a straight line. Your hips and your knees are also in a straight line and they're hip width apart. So we're not bringing them too close or not too far wide. And we're gonna go ahead and start with thread the needle. So take that right arm, place it nice up and high as you inhale. And as we exhale, we're gonna thread it through. So underneath the left arm, and we're gonna extend that left arm out in front of us. And we're just resting on that shoulder. The goal here is deep stretch through that right shoulder. This is where, again, you're listening to your body, going as deep that your body feels good, not applying any pain here. It's all good. Stretching. As you exhale, goal is to sink a little deeper. You can inhale that right arm up and place it behind that low back if you would like, or you can keep it out in front. Remember that right arm that's extended across, the palm is facing up. And breathe. Good, and slowly bring yourself back into table. We'll take it to the other side. Inhale the left arm up. And as we exhale, it comes through underneath that left arm, extending that, right arm, extend that right arm in front, palm facing down on that right arm. Left arm that's coming across, that palm is facing up. The backs of our hands is rested on the floor, pushing our hips back. Another thing to think about as well is that you can keep your toes flat or you can tuck them, allowing for a little stretch of the feet. Inhale, bringing that right arm up and then placing it on the low back if you'd like, if that feels good, or you can just keep it in front of you. So keep breathing. As you exhale, getting a little deeper in that stretch. And then slowly bringing yourself back into table. All right, go ahead and rest on your heels for me in a seated position. If this position is too invasive for the knees, you're more than happy to be in that crisscross applesauce kind of seated position as well. And we're going to close our eyes here and we're just going to focus on our breathing for a little bit. So as we inhale, expanding that chest, allowing the air to come in, and as we exhale out, creating that fall-like mirror. Good, and slowly make your way onto your table, then into downward dog. First downward dog, so as we settle in, making sure your feet are as wide as the mat. Heels are slightly elevated. Knees can be kind of bent if you're feeling that deep stretch in the back of the legs being kind of aggressive. Pressing our head through our arms. And the goal here is to allow for some movement. So bend one knee, keep the other leg straight, kind of bend both legs. Kind of see how you're feeling, shifting the weight side to side. Just awakening the body, giving it a little bit of love with some light movement here. Good. Just gentle sway side to side. Coming back into that stillness on our tippy toes, and we're going to walk 1 foot at a time to where our feet meet our hands at the tops of our mats. And then here, coming into our first forward fold. So as we're resting here in forward fold, remember we're rounding the spine, chin is going to tuck into chest naturally. The backs of our legs might be really tight, so those hamstrings. So if you are super tight, you can keep the legs slightly bent to help relieve some of that strain. But if you want to deepen that stretch, you're straightening that legs, and then you're going to grab hold of your opposite elbow into a ragdoll. So here's an option here. But if you want, you can keep your arms straight, and then you're going to come up into your first halfway lift. So for halfway lift, remember we're creating that L with our body, gazing forward at 45-degree angle, back is flat, hands are on the middle of their shins, and exhaling all the way up, chin into chest, 1 vertebrae at a time, back to a stand. All right, we'll go ahead and get started with our flow for today. Meet me at the tops of your mats with your toes and heels together in mountain pose. Arms are extended out to the side, palms facing the same way as your heart. Fingertips are spread apart. And as we're in this ready position, showing of embracement that we are ready for our practice today. Inhale, bring the arms up. And as we exhale, we're swan diving down, arms are apart into our forward fold. Inhale into halfway lift. And then as we exhale, we bend the knees a lot. We're going to step it with the right and then the left, coming into our first plank. Inhale to exhale, chaturanga. Remember, you can bend the knees if you want to. We're going to inhale into cobra. On your inhale, press with the palms, bring that chest up, gaze forward. And then on your exhale, you're bringing yourself back down. We're going to repeat that. Inhale, cobra, elbows slightly bent, gazing forward. Then exhale, lowering back down. Inhale, back into cobra, and exhale, gently lower down. We're going to tuck the toes now. We're going to use our arms and legs high to bring us into our downward dog. Hips staying nice and high. Legs are straight as best as they can. Heels slightly elevated. All right, very good. We're going to do that flow one more time. So we're going to shift the weight onto the left. We're going to inhale the right leg high. Look at your hands. And as you exhale, swing that leg through. Dropping that back knee so we can inhale into our low lunge, driving the hips forward, making sure the hips come down, arms elevated, reaching up high, little back bend if you'd like. And then exhale, bring the hands to heart center in that prayer position, taking that left elbow to right knee and adding that spinal twist. So we're here in that low lunge with our upper body twisting. Remember, this can be just fine if you'd like, but if you are ready, you can tuck those toes and then elevate that leg. Twisting over to that right side. Holding here and breathing, squeezing that back knee so you're locking out the knee, keeping that leg nice and long and straight. And now we're going to drop that left arm down so we can add the twist with a reach. Right arm lifts as high. Remember, you can use a water bottle, something to help elevate you if you need it. Your water bottle can also be your block if you can't reach the mat. So finding that level that works for you. And then
Continuing to slightly reach back. Exhale, arms come down, step it back, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. To exhale, downward dog. Awesome. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale out. All right, we're going to shift it to the other side. So lifting that left leg on the inhale, gazing forward at your hands. Exhale, swing it through. Dropping that back leg, come in to your low lunge again. Left foot in front, back leg behind. Reaching up high. Remember, you're not placing the palms out, facing inward. A little back bend if that feels good. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Taking that right elbow, placing it over the left knee, adding that upper body twist. And you're thinking about pressing with the palms, gazing over that left shoulder as best as you can as you're breathing. And then if ready, tucking those toes and straightening out that leg. Now in a high lunge, crescent lunge position as we're twisting the upper body. Still gazing on the side of the room as you're here and breathing. Remember, you can modify at any time. And now we're going to drop that arm down. Right arm comes down. Inhale with the left arm high. Remember, you can grab a block here, use a water bottle, whatever you need to help put yourself in the proper position. Remember, knee can drop, or the goal is to keep it locked out straight. Squeezing the quad, that way keeps the leg straight. We're going to exhale, bring the arms down, send the leg back, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. To exhale, downward dog. Wonderful work, everybody. Taking a breath here, letting it all go. Another breath in. And exhale out. We're going to shift the weight. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Dropping that back knee. One more time. Inhale into our low lunge. Placing our hands at heart center. Twisting, looking over towards that right side. Left elbow to right knee. You're here once again, so if you're ready, join me in that high lunge with a spinal twist, dropping that left arm, reaching up high with the right. Exhale, arms down, send it back, plank. Inhale to exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Breath here and out. Shift the weight. Inhale the left leg. Exhale, swing through. Inhale, low lunge. Reaching up high, slight back bend. And as we exhale, bringing your hands to heart center. Right elbow to left knee as we bring it across in that spinal twist. Arms in that prayer position. And then we tuck the toes, we straighten that leg back. If you're ready, whoop. Coming into that high lunge, crescent lunge position with the upper body twist. And then dropping the right arm down, inhale, left arm up high, little back bend reach. Exhale, hands down, send the leg back, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. To exhale, downward dog. Breath in and out. Good. We're going to rest into child's pose. So come down to the knees, sit your hips back, extend your arms forward. take a moment here. Just see how your body's feeling. If you need that water, go ahead and grab it. Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to grab a sip of water. Still here in child's pose, so come on back, dropping the forehead onto the mat. We're thinking about resting the hips. And just nice deep breaths, allowing their body to melt onto the mat. And just see what's coming up for you in your body right now. Refocus on that intentional breath. Good, and then use your arms to help you back into tabletop position. We're going to tuck the toes so we can bring our hips high back into our downward dog. Good, taking a breath. We're going to bend the knees a lot, step or hop it forward, back into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, round. So now that we're in forward fold, we're going to hook our 2 fingers to our big toes. If you can't reach, go ahead and bend the knees a lot to allow yourself to reach onto those toes. And the goal here is essentially we just want to be able to straighten those legs out straight while maintaining that forward fold position. So this might be challenging for a lot of people, and that is okay. Again, listening to your body, bend the knees a lot if you need to. The goal is to hook your fingers around your big toes. So make sure that you're in that proper position first, and then as you exhale, the goal is to settle in a little deeper into that stretch. Allow the legs to elongate and stretch out. And, whatever works for you, you just think about your body, how it feels, and then also what improvements you can make if this is the first time that you're in this position. My goal here is I'm just exhaling, thinking about allowing my arms to guide my upper body towards my lower body, using that breath. Centering the mind, allowing it to wander off, and slowly release. And gently come all the way up to a stand, arms elevate, inhale, and exhale, arms by the side. Okay, we're going to continue our flow. Grab that sip of water if you'd like. And then meet me at the tops of our mats. In mountain pose. I'm going to flow back into it. So inhale, arms come up. Either you can bring your hands down in a prayer or arms by your side and swan dive it down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulders pull back. Exhale, step or hop it into plank. Inhale to exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into your up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Taking a breath here. We're going to shift the weight onto that left leg. Inhale, right leg high. Gazing at your hands, exhale, swing that leg through. We're going to rotate the back leg so we can come into our warrior 2. So heels creating that straight line, back leg is perpendicular, arms are straight, creating a slight line from fingertip to fingertip. Make sure that knee is not over the ankle, right? So we're creating that L shape and straight with the back leg. Straight with the arms, gazing forward. Chest is lifted as we're here and breathing. We're going to come into that extended angle, so arm rests on the thigh as we reach across with that left arm. Remember, you're more than happy to grab a water bottle to help with modifications. If you can place your hand on the mat, then you're bringing it right next to that front foot as you reach across with that left arm. Palm is facing down as you reach across with that left arm, and I'm actively reaching as the back leg stays locked out straight, front knee stays bent, gazing toward the side of the room as I breathe. And then on my next inhale, I'm going to lift up with my core so I can come into my reverse warrior. Remember, front knee stays bent, back leg stays straight, palm is facing away, and I'm looking at my palm, either placing the hand wrapped behind that low back, or it can stay straight, rested on, and as we exhale, arms come down, send it back into plank. Inhale to exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. To exhale, downward dog. Taking a breath here. Okay, well done. We'll take it to the other side. Shift the weight on the right. Inhale, left leg high, looking at your hands. Exhale, swing that leg through. Turning that back leg perpendicular. Inhale into warrior two. So front knee bent, back leg straight. Whoa! Yep, we can lose our balance sometimes. And then arms out, gazing forward, chest up, lifted. That front knee is working, squat, back quad is also working. So all leg muscles are working here. And as we exhale, we're going to come into our extended side angle. Remember, you're dropping that knee onto that thigh, or you're placing that hand next to the front foot. Right arm is reaching forward, palm facing down, fingertips reaching forward straight. So actively reaching as I'm here and breathing. Good, and then on your next inhale, bring yourself up into reverse warrior. Lower body stays pretty much where it's at. It's the upper body that shifts in a little back bend with the spine, gazing up at your hand. And exhale, bring the arms down, send that leg back. Plank. Inhale to exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. To exhale, downward dog. Good, breath in. Exhale out. We're going to inhale the right leg. We're going to send it through. Come back into that warrior two. Remember, look at the heels. Exhale, bring the arm over into extended side angle. Reaching across with that left hand, palm facing down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Little back bend with the upper body, gazing up at your palm. And exhale, send that leg back, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Breath in and out. Shifting that weight towards the right leg. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, swing it through. Once again, coming into our warrior two, left side. So left foot's in front, back leg is straight, reaching in front, creating that straight line, fingertip to fingertip, gazing forward. On your next exhale, come into your extended side angle, placing that hand either next to the front foot or on the thigh as you reach across with that left arm. And inhale to reverse warrior. Palms facing away, gazing up at your palm, hand placing, and then as you exhale, place the hands down, step it back, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. to exhale, downward dog. Breath in and then out. We're going to bend the knees a lot. We're going to step it or hop it forward, back into forward fold. This time, we're going to stay here for a few breaths, placing your hands underneath your feet. So now you're going to step onto your hands, the palms facing up, backs of their hands are resting onto the mat. Same idea as before when we were here earlier, using the arms to help you bring the upper body down to the lower body. Again, if you have a hard time reaching your feet, you're more than happy to bend the knees a lot. That way you can get the upper body down. And as you exhale, the goal is to straightening out the legs as best as possible, elongating those hamstrings, the spine. So therapeutic for the body here. And you're using that breath. Goal is to sink a little bit deeper than you did before. Inch by inch, sinking a little deeper into that stretch. All right, slowly release, and nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, bring yourself on up. Okay, we are going to work on some balance. So we're going to practice the extended hand to toe. So let me rotate my mat so I can be a little bit more center. Grab that sip of water if you need it. Okay, so we'll start with one side first. We're going to start on that right leg, so locking out that left leg, grabbing all 5 toes down onto the mat, creating that good solid base. So level 1 here is that you're going to bring up the knee. Level 2, you're going to hug those 2 fingers up onto that big toe. Extend out the opposite arm out. And then remember, level 3 is being able to fully extend. But remember, find the place, we've done this before, what works for you, and make your way there. Hold it out and breathe. Keeping that focus. The goal here is just to get a little bit better than you did last time. Remember, this is your practice. You get to figure out what level works best for you. And keeping that meditative practice of focusing on the mind on that asana. Keep it there and breathe. Keep that focus. You guys are doing fantastic. And slowly, wherever you are, make your way down. Okay, very good. Awesome job. We'll take it to the other side. So we're going to shift the weight onto that right leg. Let that knee come up, grounding all 5 toes. Remember, you can stay here, and if you're ready, you're hooking your 2 fingers around the big toe, extending the opposite arm out for counterbalance, and then we're slowly extending the leg out to the side. As we're here, we're breathing. Remember, focusing on something that isn't moving can help with balance. Keeping our abs nice and contracted can also help with stability. And just focusing on your intentionality as you're here. allowing yourself to work on that balance that we don't get a chance to do a whole lot of during our day-to-day movements. Remember, you can bring the knee in, hold it there for a little bit, and then release. All right, awesome. Good job, everybody. We're going to make our way back to the tops of our mats into that mountain pose. Inhale, bring the arms up. And as we exhale, we fold into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the shoulders back, and exhale, step it or hop it into plank. Inhale to exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale, downward dog. Taking a breath here. Inhale to exhale. We are going to come on those toes. We're going to walk it forward to the tops of our mats, back into forward fold. We're going to bend the knees a lot so we can sit back onto the mat. All right, in a seated position. Okay, so grab that water if you want. We're going to come into our boat pose. So as we come into boat, arms are extended out in front. We're going to inhale, we're going to slowly come down, and as we exhale, we're going to slowly bring ourselves up, okay? So that's the way we're going to move with our breath. You can always rest your feet onto the mat as well as a modified position. All right, like that. Kind of keep moving with the legs down. So find what works for you. Remember, the further down you go, the harder it gets. We're not resting our bodies on the mats. We're slightly elevated as we bring it down and bring it up. The goal here is to work the core. And that level of intensity gets harder if you lower your body down deeper. So find yourself in that position and let's go. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, or inhale down, sorry. Exhale up. Inhale down. 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 Exhale up. And release. All right, good job, everybody. Woo. Take a second here. Bringing your feet into a butterfly position. We're going to stretch here in our butterfly. So grab a hold of your feet, and the goal is to extend the right leg out and then the left if you can in that butterfly stretch. So remember, do what you can. This is all about finding that level that works for you. If that's too intense, you can always just keep the legs in that butterfly. We're going to cross the legs so we can come back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. To exhale, downward dog. Resting and taking a breath here. Walk the feet to the hands. And we're going to crisscross and have a seat. Back in a seated position. Resettle in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drop down our left leg. We're going to take that right leg and bring it up. We're going to hold on to it with the left hand. Extend it out straight. And as we twist, we're looking over the right side of the room and we're reaching up high with that arm or placing it behind us as like a kickstand. So finding that what works for you, kind of a little playful movement here. A little bend of the knee if that's better for your legs, or if you can keep it out straight. And gently bend the knee, bring it on down. We'll switch it over to the other side. So grab a hold of that right foot, left leg extends out, left arm is reaching towards or grabbing hold of the left arm to right foot. Right hand to left foot, reaching behind you with the left arm. Again, a little playful movement here. You can keep that back arm rested as kind of a kickstand, or if you're wanting to extend that arm up and out, and then slowly bring the arms and legs down, come back into that butterfly stretch. And what we're trying to do here is that as we exhale, the goal is to tuck that chin into chest, round the spine. We're thinking about trying to get that forehead to meet the feet, which probably is not going to happen today, but just that's the thought, the mindset of imagining if I was to get a more deeper in that stretch, letting the knees press out to the side. Breathe. And then on your next inhale, gently bring the arms up. Now we're going to extend the arms out in front of us, staying in that butterfly stretch, just allowing the upper body to reach forward, dropping the head, letting the chin kind of tuck into the chest, taking a few breaths here. And slowly let the upper body come on up. Okay, we're going to transition to our back. So slowly bring the body down. We're going to bend the knees so we can come into our bridge. So position for our bridge. Our feet are about hip width apart. Feet are flat, knees are bent, arms by the side. Palms are not facing up, palms are facing down. And we're not having our feet too far away from us and also not too close, so a nice comfortable position. And we're going to press with the feet on our inhale, and we're going to raise up our hips nice and high. We're thinking about tightening those glute muscles. Hips are pressing up towards the ceiling. As we're here and breathing, I'm thinking of actively working my glutes, my butt cheeks, while pressing down with the heels, but the balls of the feet are also rested onto the mats. My knees are thinking about pressing out slightly, that way they don't tuck in. And I'm taking nice deep breaths. And then on my next exhale, slowly lower down, bring the knees into chest, and rock side to side. Good. Slowly release that. We'll do that one more time. This time, if you want, you can cartwheel it, or you can interlace your hands and tuck those shoulders, which is what I'll do. So inhale, bring the hips up, interlacing the hands, tucking the shoulders down. That way it allows the hips to come up even higher. And if you want to, you can do a little cartwheel. That's the third option. I'm going to stay with option number 2, tucking the shoulders, interlacing the hands, and just keeping the hips up nice and high as I breathe here, pressing down with the heels, balls of the feet stay flat onto the mats. Breathe. And as you exhale, Gently lower down, bring the knees into chest, and rock side to side. Well done. Coming back into that butterfly stretch. Feet together, knees roll out to the side. We're going to take a quick focus here as we're placing our hand on our belly, other hand onto our heart as we breathe. Continuing to take deep breaths in and out. Using my hands kind of as a positive reinforcement as how your chest is feeling and how your belly is feeling. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and extend those legs out in front, straight out above us. And same thing with our arms into dead bug. So what we're doing here is just that we're reaching up towards the ceiling, the sky, with our arms extended out in front. The legs are out as well. And you can shake it out, see how that feels. Kind of add a little movement with the arms and the legs. Back into that dead bug position. Actively reaching up towards the ceiling, the sky. And as you exhale, bring the feet down, and we're going to come into happy baby. So in happy baby, you're just you're going to interlace, but we're going to hook onto your big toes for this one. And then we're rocking side by side. And then straighten out that leg. See how that feel? Arm, legs out to the side. You can keep the knees bent. This is kind of where that customization comes in. So remember, kind of seeing what feels good for you, what's showing up in today's practice, what areas you need to focus in versus not. And then taking those deep breaths. And then slowly lowering down into our final Savasana. So as we lay here into Savasana, remember we are laying here in stillness. We're going to begin by relaxing that head. And then we're going to place our hands, one at the heart, one at our belly. We're going to relax the jaw, letting the tongue touch the tip of our mouths. Down the shoulders, down the hips, down the knees, all the way to the toes, letting them curl out. And as you lay here in stillness, focusing on that breath, in through the nose and out. As we start to awaken, start by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Move her to one side, creating a pillow with the arm underneath, stacking the knees together. Taking a breath here. And then when you're ready, gently bring yourself up into a seated position. Awesome job, everybody. Namaste. Good work in today's practice. Hopefully you've learned something new about your body, and we'll see you all in the next video. Take care.